To remain updated with the latest business news, click on the bell icon.
On this episode of Tech Today, we have the grand, exclusive unboxing of the Galaxy S22 Ultra.
You had it for 3 weeks.
That's also a fair point. We've had it for a while, so we want to ensure that we do this Tech Today style and actually see if this is a true bang for your buck and whether, if you're an Apple fanboy or like some other brand, well, can you break away from that ecosystem and pick up this device? Because it's not cheap, but is it a true bang for your buck? All that and more on Tech Today. On unboxing the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, you realize that this is a premium flagship unboxing experience, much like the iPhone. And then when you have a look at the phone in this burgundy color especially, you realize that they've put a lot of time and money in actually figuring out the design language and figuring out the camera systems. But we'll save the cameras for the last bit of this video. What we will focus on initially is the design and build quality. It's very premium. It's, well, very interesting that they've gone with these sharp edges, but sometimes they could be a little uncomfortable if you don't have a cover. Literally, you could use this to cut a cake because it has very, very sharp edges, much like a knife. But then it has a curved display. The S21 Ultra, which was released last year, seemed to be one of the best looking phones in the smartphone industry. But this one has done away with that pocket-like housing system for the cameras. I think that this particular one is, well, a mixed bag of emotions. If you like it, you love it. If you don't, well, then this is going to put you off completely. Also, there's a fear if you have this sort of OCD when you're placing it on a hard surface. Are you scratching, well, the camera system? We've taken this to the mountains, we've taken this to the beaches, and there don't seem to be any scratches yet. But if you're getting this device, just to be on the safer side, it might be better if you get a nice cover. And there's quite a few cool covers about it. But that's the whole thing, right? Is this a device for S22 or the S series lovers of Samsung, or the guys who want to compete with the iPhones? Or is this a replacement of the Samsung Galaxy Note series? Well, it seems like Samsung has merged the lines, and all the cool features that you get from the S line, which is a great camera system, the good looks and display and the processor, they're all there. And then, of course, you have the utilitarian productivity features that come with the S Pen. And the S Pen is hugely improved. Samsung promises a far lower latency on this. What that means in simple language is that if you're writing notes on this, one, it feels amazing, there's no lag. And of course, it feels like you're writing on a piece of paper on quite a massive display as well. It's got these quick note features. You can use this as a remote control as well. A lot of functionality. And if you think this is just a gimmick, and if you're not into the Note line or you don't believe in the Apple pencils and the styluses of the world, well, then remember that this comes hooked up right here in the body. You don't even have to know that it exists. You can use it when you want to. And the most important thing, if you're looking for value for money, this is not an additional, well, cost that you have to incur. It comes with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and that can be a game changer for a lot of us. This is the sort of functionality no iPhone user has. No other, well, Chinese manufacturer gives this as well. Samsung does it, and Samsung does it really well, and they've done it yet again. Well, journalists and influencers would have you believe that it's always Apple versus Samsung, but these two guys have one similarity, and the 120Hz bright and punchy OLED displays that you now enjoy on the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max are also, of course, on the Samsung flagships. In fact, Samsung is the manufacturer who makes the displays for both these phones. These ones on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra get a lot brighter than the iPhones, and there is one reason why Samsung takes the cake when it comes to displays. Of course, it looks great just like the iPhone, but it's the more immersive experience. That's because of the way they've decided to go with a punch hole camera, much unlike, well, the iPhones who have this sort of panel over here, which really is for Face ID and really needs to catch up to the other guys in 2022. This punch hole camera means while you're watching content, it's just a tiny punch hole over there, a far more immersive experience, and kudos to Samsung for that one as well. Well, last year's S21 Ultra was the undisputed king when it came to smartphone cameras, and I know you're waiting for the verdict on the S22 Ultra as well, but wait for it, the best is yet to come at the end of this review. When it comes to what Samsung has gotten right with this phone is how they've appeased their fans, because they were really angry here in India and in other parts of the world where Samsung's flagship devices were coming with an Exynos chipset. that's the weaker one. They finally, and this is good news, have come to India with the S22 Ultra, and this one is going to have a Snapdragon 8. That might make it almost as powerful as the omnipotent Apple A15 Bionic chip, which everyone keeps talking about. And in terms of user performance for everyday activities, there won't be much of a difference in the iPhone 13 Pro, Pro Max, and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Well, we've spoken so much about hardware and all the stuff on the outside. Let's talk a little bit about software as well. I was never a fan personally of how Samsung interpreted Android, and I really wanted, well, Samsung to get it right to really take on iOS. But Android has inherent advantages over iOS in terms of how you can move things around, whether you want to move an icon, even in terms of how the camera system works, and of course, the freedom that comes with Android as well, but it's not part of that ecosystem. So that's taken away when you're on an Android device, and Samsung has taken away something which is very important in terms of how they interpret Android, which is all the bloatware. There's not that unnecessary stuff on it. In fact, there's some nifty features like this shortcut menu, and of course the usage of this S Pen. They've gotten it right. They've also done a lot on the camera side when it comes to software. Samsung has gotten a lot better and is really leveraging all its hardware capabilities to take on iPhone. I think, well, this is a version of Android based on Android 12 that I can certainly get used to. Well, now the moment you've all been waiting for, the Samsung Galaxy camera versus the iPhone cameras. Which one is better? Which one comes out on top? What's the selfie camera like? What's the stabilization like? Look, I can give you all that yarn, but I thought you should hear from an expert. Here's our resident camera wizard, Manish Mathur, and he's going to tell you which of these two could replace, well, a professional camera.
So for blogging and Instagram, iPhone is a better option because it optimizes the video quality. And if we want to do some professional work, then Samsung S22 Ultra is a better choice because it has a lot of professional features in it.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. If you're spending more than 1 lakh rupees and are part of the Apple ecosystem or are a fanboy, then you continue buying your iPhones. But if you want a true contender, a true rival to the iPhone, and the best that money can buy when it comes to an Android phone, the answer is simple. It is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.